Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else that we can do here? Examine. Nothing. Okay, I think we pretty much got what we need, though. So, I guess it's off to the detention center, then. Nothing, too. Okay. Well, then, what then? Actually, wait. Hold up. Court records. Let's see. Do we present this? Like, one of these to him? Like, what about the ID card, then? Oh, we can examine this anytime. Okay. Alright. Cool. A name and ID number were written here. Sergeant Bruce Gordman, ID, blah, blah, blah. I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly! They have reason to be written in a... They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Gordman, ID, Yabba Dab! See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabba Dab? Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point! Doesn't take much to amuse her. Okay, that's a little bit of a thing. What about this? Nothing? Okay. You'd think that something would be important written on there, but I guess not. Alright, nothing else then. Oh, we can check all of these. Okay. Okay, what about the blood then? Let's check that out. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spent his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my food peeling theory was more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Truly, he would be a good outdoorsman if he would have a knife like this. Nothing else then. Okay. That is fine. That is fine. Let's check this out. Yeah, like, why is the shield broken in the first place? What about this? Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. It's probably Edgeworth, maybe. Von Karma. Oh yeah, well, of course. I guess he must be a foreigner? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must be an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. When she says it, his name does sound kind of a ring to it. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Alright, nothing else. Can we check our Ace Attorney badge, though? Hey! Haha! So this is what the back of the badge looks like. I always thought it'd have a safety pin. Each badge has a number carved into it. That way, you can tell which attorney it belongs to. You mean you couldn't lend your badge to anyone? No, it'll be found out right away. Well, that's no fun. Oh, that's interesting. But what about these letters, though? I'm surprised we can't actually check the letters on it. So it looks like most of these clues only have, like, one clue written on it, so... Alright, then. Why don't we present, the... Wait, can we? Well, we can't show it to Edgeworth because he already knows about it. What if we show it to, Angel here? Could you take a look at this? You! Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. She didn't even look at me. You must have a brew of the leaves. You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get a rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it. So there is a secret to our aroma. Exquisite. The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. To that, what about this? Nothing. That's what? What about the ID card then? About this card. Lunchline vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card. It's an ID card. It belongs to a detective. Maybe he was the victim in the case. And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady. Why? It's like showing the fine honeyed ham to a detective. Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Okay, so maybe we have to show the ID card to Edgeworth then. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he? I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. But then my sister would be found guilty. If she sighs any deeper, I'm going to start becoming depressed. Well, I guess nothing else then. I guess we can't really do anything else with that. There's no one here at the detention center then. He's frozen thing. I'm feeling a little bit chilly myself. Wait, what was that? He's frozen in fear of the frigid Miss Lana. I'm feeling a little bit chilly myself. Cool. And smile for the camera, because of course. So basically this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does that matter? I got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his reward, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Yeah. What happened then? Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. That's why everything is so shiny. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of cold cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. That's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon, and I got back here at 5:12. Like, literally minutes before the murder. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing left I trust is solid evidence. The parking stub. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office lot. Entered lot at 5:12. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I'd appreciate it if you would direct the suspicious glare elsewhere. Yo, look at this man! Yo! Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? I like his face. No, sir. Not that kind of, no name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgewood's lid blow. Oh, man. Mr. Edgewood's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but, sir. I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I like this dude's face, bro. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir. Give me your name. Yes, Meekins. Yo, Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Ooh. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. It looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and go. That's funny. Right? Yes, sir! He's caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as the patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. It seems he's finally calmed down at least. Jeez. I kind of like Officer Meekins a little bit. He was cool. He was pretty. He was like, he's a bro who's just doing his job. All right, here we go. Gumshoe, I see. Whew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. It almost took 30 minutes by taxi, and the traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to the criminal affairs next door. Hold on. What's that? Yeah, we saw this. It's cute. Disturbing. What is it? Undulate like that. Undulate like that. Wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. You're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. Sure is running over here fast. Hey! Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least you know it doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey! I'll have you know, I'm a very busy man, pal. Apparently not too busy enough. Let's talk about the case. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned a detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. I knew it was that guy. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal, there's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh, me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir! Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Aww. Detective Gumshoe? What did you do this time? What do you mean, this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend a day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall is assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. That's unheard of, pal. Yeah, definitely unheard of. Like, jeez, man. Okay, let's check this out, though. Is there... No, there's nothing else here. Miles Edgeworth, 1712. This is dated the day of the crime. The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up at an extra couple of red lights. He wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair. Perhaps. It just goes to show that you never know what will happen when you run a yellow light. True that. True that. Okay, can we present anything to him? Because we can't really go anywhere else at the moment. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it in to the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa! Now I remember! Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, tell us more. So this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think that's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for the case he had handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him there to the parking lot. And Lotta's confessing as much. That's interesting. That's interesting. Like, why would that happen? I mean, how could that happen? I mean, gosh. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... first, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. A car and a knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? You have to find out a little bit more about what's going on with Edgeworth. True that. Can we really go back to the... Can we really go back to the place, though? I mean, yeah, we can, but there's no one here. Yeah, there's like no one here now. Soft and comfy soda. It makes you want to say, sofa, so good. Sofa, so far? Yeah, I got it. I'm glad she's not an aspiring comedian. What's this? It looks like a shield is kind of broken. Maybe it's made out of chocolate and the owner took a bite out of it. It appears to be made out of bronze with gold plating. It It's not worth that much. $70 tops. This girl's to think about pricing everything, doesn't she? I wonder what the big K means, mysterious. Yeah, I wonder what else it could mean, too. Framed like a painting. The fabric is in high-grade cashmere, Italian styling. Silk ruffles, turquoise buttons, and a gold-threaded collar. I guess it's worth around $5,000. $5,000! Speaking of which, your suit would be about... That's enough of that. I don't need my life appraised, but thank you very much. Everything needs to be appraised. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead. Wendy, I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh, I want one. There's a writing on the bottom of his foot between a rock and a hard place, and I don't think so. Work desk. What a nice desk. Easy to use. Easy on the eyes. Possibly easy on reflection. I prefer not to look at myself while I work. Thank you very much here. We already looked at the tea set. Looked at the books because those are all case files. They're stacked. There's even a ladder. With the shelves already tied super tight like that, what's the prosecutor going to do when they get new files? Splendid, Mr. Wright. What an unusual observation. I think that was a compliment. And the chess piece is a chessboard. I'm not up too much to chess, but it looks like blue's in a tight spot. The red things surround the things, and also the point is to surround the king. And absolutely everything. Okay. Nothing else then, I suppose. Could take a look at this. You, yes, T. No thanks. How's it going? Leave. Food, premium foods, everything. Yep. Because of course. Why don't we just show him the badge anyway? A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickled Supreme Lunchbox? Wow, it's really crunchy. A box of pickles. Kind of a sad lunch if you ask me. And literally nothing else at the moment. And nothing else here. And nothing else here either. Wow. We really are just like not getting anything out of anything, are we? What about showing him this? Found Mr. Edgeworth Scar, Saturday's Edgeworth Night. Wait, did we already show him this, actually? Yeah, no. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal! I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. This... Found Mr. Edgeworth. Jeez. Jeez, dude. Jeez. Okay. Edgeworth's troubles then. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Yeah, the murder. The case 4. The Raw case. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had an unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. No one wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. But Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Really now? Really? Interesting. Interesting. Nothing else here. Gee, nothing else. Really? I got to answer blah, 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 blah. Can't. Nope. Can't move there. I mean, we already presented pretty much everything to her. Can't really do that. Edgewood's out. Gumshoe is already, we've already said everything that we wanted to, say to him. We already checked out all the clues with him. Why don't we just go back to the office then and then just... I'm talking about really nothing else? There's really nothing else that we could possibly do? For realsies? I mean, why not just present Emma with all the evidence then? Here, see this? Ah, I noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency to want to show people things. What is this? A behavioral study of lawyers? Oh, we can't really present him with... we already presented him with that. You know what? I just realized I'm an idiot. So we haven't actually examined anything from the police thing yet. I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with the police, with all the police and criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny. I thought they were talking about the weather. No, they're obviously talking about, you know, video games. Like the patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't solution. He was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. That they do. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. And just when we had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or do they not have those at your zoo? Yeah, zebras are also like black and white too. I was wondering about that. What? The dancing blue badger? That's my masterpiece. Yo, he made it. That's cute. That's actually kind of cute. If a little disturbing. The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor blue badger, fated to dance until he drops. Oh. Blue Badger Panel, a work of art designed by the chief of detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective? We met the guy who is... What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall is just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Letter of introduction. Allows bearer to investigate the crime scene. Okay. So let's see if this works. Just like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Awfully nice of him. Alright, so let's keep this moving. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, it looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Hey. Oh, still here? Ah, hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? Yeah, what happened with that guy? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy who's lost his herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Okay. Let's see. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show him this hopeless case something to catch his interest? There's something I wanted to ask you. Seeing the crime of Coleman. Alright. Let's present him with that thing. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right into the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog? He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it just say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think it just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's Detective Gumshoe, better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a second! Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective for hire? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny! Let's have a hootenanny! Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Alright then. So let's see. Can we talk to anything about him? Anything else? Yeah. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little bit more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. That smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest. A fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Then why did someone say that he was No. Why did Angel say she was stabbed? The dude was stabbed in the stomach then. Okay, so let's read this. Death due to a loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Then why does everyone say 5:15? Maybe the actual... Wait. No, the actual murder took place at 4 then. Wouldn't it? Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman have nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? Apparently, they worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. There's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They'll shoot you for that in Texas. Texas? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives until 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how could you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. They're just on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do, nothing important at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Why, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. Interesting. Alright, let's examine this thing. This appears to be the car where the body is found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime scene took place at an underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. The big Reno bucksio, if you will. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. 6-75 or... Oh, okay. 6-7S-12-2. There's a name printed on this paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so, what does that mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self. For deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what that means either. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. Alright, let's check these out then. Nope, we can't really investigate that. Actually, let's actually read this here. Name of deceased, Bruce Goodman, age 36, male. Date and time of death, February 21st between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Assessment, wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Well, no, because the one guy said a stab to the chest, right? And then some other guy said, you know, died to stab from the stomach. So maybe the stomach version was right, and that's why he bled out. So that could probably be it. All right, so we can't actually investigate any of that or look closely at that. This rope, is it? Yeah, they laid out the victim. Yeah, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know who would come to that conclusion. Well, he couldn't have done that. He could have just bled out and then died right there. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest that this belongs to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we just check it out? Right. Let's check it out. Alright. Let's check it out. I'm not doing any of this, by the way. Yeah, you gotta wait for the game to slowly do that. Alright. Let's see what we got then. I think we can only check out the wrist strap, though. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with that? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. I see this series is as popular as ever with the kids. Is there really nothing else to that? They already checked out the wrist strap. Oh, here. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know things about, like, redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation. We don't know this generation. Alright, let's see what we got. Anything else that we can investigate here? Nope, just the thing then. Just the redial button. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Let's see. Hey, that song. I know that. Not familiar to me. Hey, what's going on over there? Ah, oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Is that Marshall's phone? Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over here. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky. Oh, it was my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of these newfangled ringtones. Huh? That? Oh. I'm sorry. That was my phone. She meant to call... What? She meant to call Phoenix? What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but... Someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Property of Lana Sky. Last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. About 3 minutes after the murder was done. Interesting. B block is through here. That's where visitors park. I can see the lunch line cart over there, far in the distance. Yeah, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I see. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. That's wrong, buddy. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. They're good. They're good. A block is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block then. I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block and buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. True that. True that. Well, let's see then. Let us see. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospect of tomorrow's none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall? Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's a-blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. What? You're saying that Edgeworth is trying to make deals to win trials? When there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? So it's really only for the higher-ups? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song that plays on your phone when it rings. What? Oh, it's the Steel Samurai theme. Yeah! That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. Oh, she was trying to call her sister about it. 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Property of Lana Sky. Last call made to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. But there was no call record. A detective was murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. Got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. It's getting a little bit interesting here. This is getting to be something, all right. Well, I can only hope that this case actually does follow through with some of the other cases, though. Trial former. All right. So, I guess we will see what happens next time. See you guys then.